Time now 7:42 and new this morning. Fall is here, as you can see, but cold weather doesn't mean your plants have to suffer. Here to talk about some tips is Mark Holath from Bell Nursery. Mark, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful, so colorful this morning. As I just said, your plants don't have to suffer. Mine have already started to suffer a little bit. What am I doing wrong?
Well, now's the time of the year where they're going to start to go dormant. The first thing you want to do, obviously, is if you have any patio plants that are perennials, get those into the ground now.
Okay.
Any other perennials that you have in your garden, you need to get a good 2 to 3 inches of mulch on them so they'll be warm for the winter. Just let them go dormant for this time of year and they'll be fine when they come up in the spring next year.
Let's talk about preparing our yards for fall. What do we need to do?
You want to just make sure you're getting any tropicals that you might have outside need to come inside so they can get acclimated to the weather, get all those patio pots, like I said, into the ground, get that mulch laid, and you'll be good going. All your plants will be fine from that point forward.
Are there any varieties that do well in this type of weather?
Outside? Cabbage and kale will last you a little bit longer into mid-November, but other than that, everything that's a perennial is just going to go dormant for the rest of the season.
So the mums that we see out on people's porches, they're everywhere throughout my neighborhood.
Those are an annual.
Okay.
You can get them into the ground, but they're an annual.
Okay. All right.
But we do want to bring that color on the inside.
Absolutely.
And down in the front, if you look, we've got some beautiful floor plants, the crotons, the cordyline. We've got some nice peace lily. It brings that nice fall color into your home.
And let's talk about some of the other items that you brought in.
The fall color is just absolutely beautiful. We have ornamental peppers that make nice standalone pieces, and we have some kalanchoe and some celosia and some begonias and African violets, and all of these are great for the indoor. Medium light in the house is not a problem. On this side, you also have some of the smaller things. You have some cactus gardens, you have some purple passion, you have some beautiful bromeliads,
those are gorgeous,
as well as orchids. Again, these are great to brighten up your home, for the fall, so you don't have to come in from the outside of all that color and have no color inside.
Right.
This is beautiful for the inside.
I'm just already imagining a Thanksgiving table setting as we speak. Let's talk about, you actually have a very simple way to color into our homes.
Many times you may have just a container at home and you're not sure what to do with that.
I've got so many of those just sitting in my garage.
Yeah, absolutely. You just take 3 of these plants, and no soil needed. You can just drop 3 little plants right in, and instantly centerpiece.
And you would never have known that those are just 3 little individual plants.
And it's so simple to do. If you have a wicker basket, a ceramic container, anything you have, just grab some plants and pop them right in. Some of these other plants look nice with those little wicker wreaths around them for fall. Again, great for the counter, great for the table, great plants for all around your house. For
some of these indoor varieties, how often do they need to be watered?
Watering is very critical, that it's like about once a week. You don't want to overwater.
Just once a week?
And it's one of those things, you test the soil to make sure it's moist, but not flooded, and about once a week. Just keep all your plants away from drafts. Cold drafts and heat drafts.
And are there ideal temperature settings for some of these plants?
Household temperature is perfect.
Okay.
Absolutely perfect.
All right. Now, I also want to bring up here something special that you brought in here, so give me 1 second. While we're doing that, Mark, tell us a little bit about what we should be doing with our plants during a frost advisory like we have right now.
Perennials will be absolutely fine with frost advisory.
Really?
Your annuals this time of year, if you have any annuals left, a couple frosts from now, they're not going to really survive any more frost, but you can cover them.
Okay.
But an annual is an annual. It has to be planted every single year.
And covering them with?
A sheet, newspaper, styrofoam. Some people have those styrofoam like rose protectors or tomato protectors. Those are fine too.
Okay, very good. Before we run out of time, can you guess what this is?
These are our new poinsettias. They'll be here shortly.
This is really rare to see this time of year.
Locally grown.
Okay.
Now everything here can be purchased at Home Depot.
Okay.
All of it.
And how were you able to grow this locally already?
We have a greenhouse facility, and we started many months ago.
Many months. So you've been planning for this for quite some time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely beautiful. Mark Holath from Bell Nursery. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Enjoy.
Great music.